introduce everybody to my new friend, Spencer. Unfortunately, his friends at the pet store, or should I call it the beta pound, are not as happy and healthy as he is, but he has me to take perfect care of him. Spencer and I are going to show you the best possible way to care for your own little tropical friend. We are going to discuss first, the proper habitat to make him feel at home. Second, what to feed him to keep his belly happy and healthy and full. And lastly, a good technique on how to keep the water clean to minimize water changes as much as possible. Because we all know those are a pain in the butt if you've ever had a beta fish. Okay, my first main point would be to make a perfect habitat. In the wild, according to, on the internet, there are so many beta fish blogs. And like myself, beta fish hobbyists are everywhere. Yes, we're freaks. We have like 14 to 20 beta fish. We take perfect care of them, spend like even hours a day making sure that everything's perfect. So Michelle A. Rivera, a fellow beta fish enthusiast, has an article on thenest.com, and she explains that in their natural habitat in Thailand, rice paddies and stuff, it's dense vegetation, and that's where they live in. And it's usually like a square foot of space. It's not like those little cups that you find in the pet store. The pH levels, they prefer it to be more acidic, and that also correlates with the ammonia levels. I'll get to that later, but usually like 6.5, neutral's fine, but it doesn't really matter. The temperature, because they're tropical, preferably warm. I'll put them in the sun since not everyone can afford a heater. So you can do that. Regular temperature is fine. I mean, a lot of people will freak out on you, but it's fine. They'll survive. And gravel. It doesn't seem important, but it really is. It's got to be neutral colors. I know I kind of broke the rules with the blue marbles, but I just thought they were pretty. But they should be bigger so that food doesn't get caught in the little cracks. According to Adam Short, another fellow beta fish enthusiast, he says on betafishcenter.org, neutral color and large gravel is best. So that's So the second point I would like to make is what to feed your beta, and that's actually extremely important. They're like people, like they're animals, they're like us. They don't want to eat the same thing every single day. That sucks, and it's not always all the nutrients that they get. They will actually feed off of the plants in there, but that's not enough. They're omnivores, but lean more towards the carnivorous side. So they like a variety of stuff. Like I get them bloodworms. That doesn't have all the nutrition. It's just kind of a treat for every once in a while. I got them flakes. It's not specifically for beta fish, but it's for like all kinds of tropical fish, and it's really rich in omega-3, so that's important. And okay, every once in a while, this is fine. It's nothing but animal fat, but my fish are crazy for cheese. They will eat that, maybe on weekends or holidays. And sometimes I'll feed them, stuff like bologna, deli meats. Not all the time, it's a lot of fat, but like people like treats, so my fish love it. Sometimes scrambled eggs even, that's actually their favorite, but like variety is good. That's where you want to go. And lastly, you want to keep the water clean. That's, the most obvious thing. You don't want to be swimming in your own poop all day. So the ammonia levels, that's most important. According to Christy F., yet another beta fish enthusiast, on nippyfish.net, she says that the more basic the water is on the pH scale, the worse the ammonia is. It's biology stuff, but it has to do with the ions and stuff, but it's ammonia, NH3+, terrible. So if it's more acidic, there's more protons in the water that neutralize the ammonia and make it ammonia, and that's okay. So you can measure that with one of these. You can buy these at any pet store. You can measure the ammonia levels and make sure that it's okay. And if it's not, you either do a water change or you can use one of these, another thing at the pet store, to make the pH lower. Food and poop. Obviously, you don't want to be swimming and rotting food in your poop. So what I like to do is, if I'm not in the mood to do a water change, which we don't like to do all the time, you can use one of these candies, turkey baster. And I'll just put it in here, and I'll stick it in here, And if I find something or like along the bottom, I'll just suck it up, pour it in here, and it's that easy. So that's how you keep the water clean if you don't want to do water change. But water changes, that's self-explanatory. Just make sure, this is the most important, make sure that you use water conditioner. You have to make sure that, because tap water has all sorts of chlorine and stuff in there, and it's bad for the betas. Although they are more tolerant, it's still not good for them. So make sure that you clear out that tap water. So Spencer and I would like to thank you all for your time. This knowledge will keep your new friends very happy and healthy, and they will definitely thank you. Now you are all beta fish experts. You guys know how to give a beta a perfect habitat, and you know what to feed him for maximum health and happiness, and how to keep the water perfectly crystal clean. Now you can go save a friend from the beta pound and get him a much better home.